Once we open it up, then I'm going to pat dry the whole inside. Okay, so towel goes away. By the way, just make sure your entire surface is clean before you start any of this. So go ahead and, get some Dawn dish soap, paper, some sponge, whatever. Wash it completely clean, dry it off completely clean. That way you're starting with a fresh, clean surface, which I've already done. Okay, here's my here's my Victorinox poultry shears. And I do notice, like, if your hands are a little bit wet, you still get a good grip on the shears. But anyways, let's go ahead and do this. So what I'm doing is this center line. I'm feeling, right? I'm feeling where that backbone is, and I'm trying to go maybe just a hair outside, like maybe a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch outside of where the backbone is, just to make sure that I don't have to cut through as much dense backbone material as I have to. But starting here from the bottom, so this is the bottom of the turkey, this is the top of the turkey, right? And we've got everything set. I'm going to start right here and just give it one good snip. And these Victorinox shears are doing most of the work. And it's almost like self-guiding. Like, you'll feel where it wants to cut and where it doesn't want to cut. But see, now I've reached a point there where it's starting to get a little thicker. So what I want to do is I just want to cut as I go. Again, go in here. See, that's the point where it doesn't, I'm getting some resistance. But if you muscle through, just give it a good squeeze. And if you muscle through, we're starting to get through some of that more rib cagey part. By the way, now's a good time to hit that comment section. If you have any comments or questions down there below, you can also hit the subscribe button and the like button. I do appreciate those. Okay, so I'd say we've gotten to the point where I can't really go too much further this way. So here's where I'm going to flip the bird, pun intended, right, and come in through this side. So now here's a little trick. What you can do is I'm going to use the 8-inch breaking knife, or you could use the chef knife, just whichever knife you have, or you could even use the boning knife. What I want to try to do here is cut some of this skin to try to save some of this and also see what I'm doing. So it's like, come in, probably the breaking knife's probably a better choice. See how that just cuts right through? Like butter. So I'm going to do the same thing. This knife is probably one of the best things I think I have ever bought, the 8-inch breaking knife. And keep your fingers away. All you're trying to do here is just trying to cut down through the meat. And you're trying to find where the bone is, right? So there's a bone there. What you're trying to do is you're trying to find where the bone is, and you're basically, if this was the bone and this is the knife, let's use something else. But let's say this is the bone and this is your knife. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to follow the bone. It's okay if you come off the bone like a 1/4 inch or whatever, but you're trying to find the bone and just follow it down to where it meets the next bone. The adjoining rib cage is what you're looking for. So this would be the back. This is the back of the ribs. You're trying to find where they meet, and then that's where you're going to come in with your poultry scissors again and do the rest of the work. So I've gotten about as far as I think I can go on this side. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just very, very, very gingerly find where that bone wants to meet bone on bone contact. Seeing as I'm coming down again. There we go. It's about right there. There you go. And the boning knife has done most of the work. See how far in I am now? As opposed to having to guess with the scissors where the bones are. So here we go. I'm going to come in again with that boning knife. Oh, and you can hear that crunching. Okay, so now I've gone as far as I can go. I want to use my poultry scissors again. Right? My hands are all greasy and messy and watery. These things still have a good grip to them. I heard that was a complaint from some people. I just don't see how. But see how this is just cutting right through? And I want to get most of the way through, but leave a little bit as a structure to hold so that you can do this side, right? So it's like, it's okay if you go back and forth between the two sides. So now I'm completely through on this side, right? And now I want to do the same thing over here. Be mindful of your fingers, try not to cut them. But as I go, I hit a spot where it's just sticking. And eventually, see if you come around, right? So like I was trying to go through here and it was too tough. So basically I just came around like about a 1/2 inch over and boom, I went right through. So let the scissors let the scissors talk to you and tell you what they want to do, right? So now I'm here. I'm basically just going to use some muscle here. It just got stuck on this one part for some reason. That's where it had a bionic appendage attachment. But there we go. Okay, so now we're out. So this I want to save for later because I'm going to use this in a turkey stock of some sort to try to make some kind of, bone broth. Anyways, you get the idea. Gravy. This is all good gravy material right here. I might pull the fat back off.